Students, this is session 2 of the grammar topic determiners. In the previous session, you learned what are determiners, the different types of determiners, and also the first type of determiner, that is articles, in detail. In this session, you're going to learn about the second type of determiner, that is the demonstrative determiners. Before getting into the topic, let's recapitulate what you learned in the previous session. So what are determiners, students? They are used to introduce the noun. They modify the noun. And where do they sit? They sit in front of a noun. And they also tell us whether the noun is specific or general. What are the different types of determiners, students? The first one being articles, the second type demonstratives, the third being the possessives, and the fourth quantifiers. In the previous session, you learnt about articles a and the in detail and also where to use them. So in today's session, you will be learning what are demonstrative determiners. When we say demonstratives, there are two types of demonstratives. One is the demonstrative adjectives and the other one is the demonstrative pronouns. So first let us learn both of them, demonstrative adjectives and the demonstrative pronouns, and then understand which of these two are also called as the demonstrative determiners. Okay, what are demonstrative adjectives? They are the special adjectives or determiners used to identify or express the relative position of a noun in time or space. A demonstrative adjective, where does it come? It comes before all other adjectives in the noun phrase. There can be more than one adjective in a sentence, and the demonstrative adjective always sits before the other adjectives in the noun phrase. Some examples of demonstrative adjectives are this, that, these, those. Let's see some more examples of demonstrative adjectives that are used in sentences. You all know that this and that are adjectives that are used to refer to singular nouns. Same way, those and these are used to refer to plural nouns. This is used to refer to the noun that is close by and that far away. Same way, these used to refer to nouns that are close by and those, the nouns that are far away. Look at the first example. Give me that red handkerchief. So the word that tells you that the red handkerchief is not very close by and it's far away somewhere. And the word red in the sentence is also an adjective that modifies the noun handkerchief. So that also modifies handkerchief. Red also modifies handkerchief. So as I mentioned previously, this, that, these, those, when they act as demonstrative adjectives, they can sit before another adjective in the sentence. They always sit before all the rest of the other adjectives in the sentence. You can see that red is an adjective and that sits before the word red, before the adjective red. And what is a noun that they modify? Both that and red? Handkerchief. Similarly, this time I won't fail you. Time here is the noun and this modifies the noun time. I want those gorgeous gems. Again, gorgeous is an adjective that modifies the noun gems and those is sitting before gorgeous. Can you see, students? As mentioned earlier, this, that, these, those as demonstrative adjectives always sit before the rest of the adjectives in the sentence. So when we say those gorgeous gems, because the gems is plural, we are using those, and also those tells that the gems are not close by, they are somewhere placed far away. I wanted to talk to you that day. So here it is telling about the time, okay, that day. These fruits are rotting. Again, we are talking about the fruits in plural and they are close by. Therefore, we use these fruits. These is demonstrative adjective because it modifies the noun fruits. I can't forget that incident. So that incident talks about the incident that has happened sometimes before, not in the recent, not in the present. Okay, so this talks about the time. The next sentence, those people were friendly with her. Those people. So the people who are not close by, those people who are far, they were friendly with her. People is a noun that has been modified by the demonstrative adjective those. Clear, students? I earlier said when we talk about demonstratives, there are demonstrative adjectives and demonstrative pronouns. What are demonstrative adjectives? They are nouns. They are adjectives that modifies the noun. They always sit before the noun. Very important, in front of the nouns. And they tell about the relative position of the noun with respect to time and space. Fine. These are demonstrative adjectives. And what are demonstrative pronouns? This, that, these, those. The demonstrative adjectives this, that, these, those. These four words, this, that, these, those, can also act as demonstrative pronouns. This is where you sometimes get confused. So let's get a clarity as to what are demonstrative pronouns. How do these words, this, that, these, those, act as demonstrative pronouns in sentences? What is a demonstrative pronoun, students? First, a demonstrative pronoun points out a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. Basically, a noun. A person, a place, a thing, or an idea. Collectively, we call it as noun. So, the demonstrative pronoun points out at a noun. That is the first thing you should understand. And it must take the place of a noun or a pronoun. It replaces, it takes the place. It cannot appear, remember, it cannot appear right in front of a noun or a pronoun. Like the demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjectives always appear before the noun, right in front of a noun or a pronoun. It modifies the noun, and its position is in front of a noun, whereas demonstrative pronouns take the place. It replaces, instead of a noun or a pronoun in a sentence, this demonstrative pronoun is being used. So, if you replace a demonstrative pronoun with a noun, the sentence should still make sense. So, let's understand demonstrative pronouns through the sentences given here. The students, look at the first sentence. This was my father's book. When you say this here, this word is used to point at some book, and the speaker says this was my father's book. So maybe he or she is pointing out at a diary or some special book. It can be a novel or it can be any other record, and the boy or the girl or any person is trying to say, the speaker is trying to point out at the book and tell, this was my father's book. So you have to observe, children, that there is no noun following the demonstrative pronoun this in the sentence. Same way, look at the next sentence. That looks like a house. Again, the word that is used as a demonstrative, but is only used to point out at something, and it is being used in place of a noun. There is no noun following the word that, and therefore it is a demonstrative pronoun and not a demonstrative adjective. If it was a demonstrative adjective, there should be a noun that is following this, that, these, those in the sentences. Look at the third one. These are nice dresses, but they look uncomfortable. The word these again is being used to point out at few dresses there in front of the person. And he says, these are nice dresses, but they look uncomfortable. The word these is not followed by a noun. If you closely observe, this, that, these, in all the three examples, are followed by verbs, isn't it? Either a helping verb or a main verb, and they are not followed by nouns, and therefore they are called demonstrative pronouns. They are not demonstrative adjectives.